Good evening, folks, and welcome back to yet another late night live stream here on the DHL channel. Back to Ace Attorney again tonight. Hopefully we're gonna finish this trial here. We've been in it for so long. So long. Hope everyone's been doing well. So, not too long ago, we left off. Where did we leave off? Right. We found out that the policeman did a big no-no. He tampered with the crime scene. He moved it from one side of the street to the other. Now, that has a lot of implications. Who ever thought of a third party transplanting the entire scene of a crime like that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, what conclusions can we draw? Now that we know the crime originally appeared on the west side of Briar Road, well, we see that Mr. Natsume's lodgings are right there. If you are dumb, you might think, oh, that must mean he actually did it. No. For one, we're defending the guy. There's no way he is actually doing it. Okay? It's Ace Attorney. Let's not kid ourselves. The guy's always innocent. Unless it's like that one time. It was literally one time. The dude's name, what was his name? Matt on guard? Something like that? Anyway. What's important is who's living above him. The fucking not maid and her definitely not husband, the Garridebs. Now, it would be very unfortunate if in the little squabble they had, Mrs. Garrideb happened to chuck a knife out of the window and it just happened to fall on top of the victim, stabbing her. Now, she didn't actually die, which is good, but sure would be funny if that were the case, which is looking more and more likely now that we know the crime happened where it did. Anyway. Of course. The idea that she died by a stray knife is further supported by this. This book was owned by the Garridebs, got burned in the squabble, got tossed out of the window. And I can see it now. She picks it up. She was like, oh, what the fuck is this book doing here, eh? I don't, that's definitely what she sounded like. And then a knife fell on her back. Easy peasy. Case closed. Call me Herlock Sholmes. Indeed, my lord. Nevertheless, there are some immutable facts here. Principally, that the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume, is the only person who could possibly have committed this crime. Nah. Clearly, this guy hasn't turned his thinking around yet. No, I disagree. Now that we know the true scene of the incident, there is someone else. Another person who could be responsible for the knife in the victim's back. Forgive me for being presumptuous, but I believe the prosecution is probably well aware of this possibility already. Lord Van Zieks, is this true? Very well. Name the person, if you will, and if further investigation is warranted. The prosecution has no objection to the trial continuing. You will name this other person who could have perpetrated the crime. Well. Where is she? Joan.
Take that!
The defense would once again like to request the cross-examination of a new witness, my lord. Once again? My assistant made the same request earlier. In order to finally reveal the truth about this case, it's imperative that we cross-examine juror number 4, Mrs. Joan Garrideb. Me? Oh, dearie me.
Objection!
That request has already been denied. But the situation is very different now. Mrs. Garrideb, answer me this. Riddle me this, Mrs. Garrideb. She called me a toad? At the time of the incident, you were engaged in a violent argument with your husband, Mr. Joan Garrideb. Mr. John Garrideb. John and Joan. Joan. In the course of the argument, a minor house fire was ignited, and to clear the smoke from the room, your husband opened a window that looks out over Briar Road. Well, what of it? You threw this book at your husband when he was cornered with his back against the window. Upon striking the pane of the top-hinged casement window, the book plummeted directly down, finding its way to what we now know to be the true scene of the incident. Yes, and as I said, what of it? During the argument, you were beside yourself with rage. As such, you threw not just books, but anything you could lay your hands on. So, let me ask you one more time, Mrs. Garrideb. This knife, the one removed from the victim's back. Have you really never laid eyes on it before? You know, I knew she had bad vibes when I saw her pour scalding hot tea on her husband over and over again. I don't recall it. Seriously? Am I supposed to remember everything I picked up and threw at my husband? And anyway, the man over there and all that regalia said the members of the jury testified, didn't he? Conveniently, yes.
Objection!
Wow. No, I have no recollection of saying that at all, juror number 4. Oh, make no mistake. You jurors are not special in any way. You are not immune to the judicial process. Oh shit. If you know something about this knife, madame, let the truth come out. But that's just a common garden knife. It could have come from anywhere. We have several like that at home. If one went missing, how would you expect me to know? What's that? Are you joking? What are you saying, please, Miss Garrideb? Yeah, she has so many of them. Now you listen to me. I refuse to believe all this nonsense. I couldn't bear the thought that I'd injured someone. Do you hear? I couldn't bear it. But you could bear the thought of injuring your husband directly? Oh, the poor woman. So yes, I want evidence. I want to see hard evidence if you're going to insist on this being my fault. You're going to have to prove to me that I threw that knife if that's what you think. Come along now. Chop chop. Do your worst. Well, Mr. Naruto? If I had evidence like that, believe me, I would have thrown it at her already. And take the stand, juror. Oh! The prosecution does not object to the defense's request to cross-examine this woman. Really now? Thank you, Lord Van Zieks. He's a good guy. I'm going to have to testify. But does he actually know that she did it? Juror number 4, as I'm sure you will appreciate having observed it with your own eyes today. Witness testimony can lead to the most extraordinary truths being unearthed. Truths of which the witness themselves may not even have been aware. Oh, dearie me. So I demand your full and unadulterated testimony, Mrs. Garrideb. One moment, please. And mark my words, in this court of law today, we shall extract the truth. Do you concur, counsels? Certainly, my lord. Oh, that's what I'm hoping for, my lord. Wow, we're actually on the same side for once. Crazy. This is such a strange feeling. For the first time since arriving in this country, it actually feels real. Look at that camera work. Absolute cinema. I'm here in the Old Bailey, and I'm a lawyer. Witness, state your name and occupation. Oh, yes, my name is Joan Garrideb, and I'm a juror and such like. Sounds like even she doesn't know if she's a housewife or a maid, or what anymore. Court has decided your testimony is required in order to clarify matters in this case. Oh, is my mic a little too loud? Sorry about that, if it is. I'll turn it down a bit. That should be better. I don't know why my audio interface always likes to reset its settings. Do you understand, madam? Yes, my lord. You will tell the court everything that took place in your household on the evening in question. And I warn you, do not attempt to hide the truth. Oh my god, look at her fucking cheeks jiggling. Oh, that's jiggle physics. Oh, John Garrideb? Chin up, Joni. Nothing to worry about now. And here comes John with the steel chair. Oh, I didn't know you were here, John. Oh my god. This is really the case of lovebirds, isn't it, huh? Lovebirds and their squabbling. Her expression is so funny. Wasn't only you in the room that day, old thing, was it? Rather think I ought to testify as well, don't you? What about your knee, dear? Don't you worry about that. Hardly notice it. I'm not the sort of chap to leave a comrade to face disciplinary action alone. Oh, John. I presume you are Mr. John Garrideb. Yes, sir. Former second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment of the 4th Numberland of Fusiliers, sir. Seen my fair share of action, and now living the quiet life, as it were. The quiet life? Were you not engaged in an incendiary battle with your spouse on the day in question? Yes, quite. I believe this may represent a first in the proud history of the British court. Calling a juror to the witness stand is unprecedented. However, the court will hear your testimony now, juror number 4, and that of your husband. So if Joan does turn up being guilty, the jury needs a unanimous decision, no? So what if Joan just says not guilty? Maybe we'll make her confess herself. We'll change her heart. You will recount clearly and concisely the events in your home at the time of the incident in question. Sir, at once. Alrighty. Husband and wife, number 2, the Battle of Garrideb. Yes, on the day you're referring to, the wife and I did have a bit of a skirmish. Can't recall the reason now. Knocked a candlestick over and set fire to the carpet. Soon had it out, though. Got the window open. Meanwhile, I was picking up whatever I could find to throw at him. Plenty of knives around our place. Can't say I'd noticed if 1 or 2 went missing, I'm afraid. If that Bolly thing in the victim's back really was one of ours, you'll have a job proving it, I think. Sounds as though it was quite the battlefield in your household that evening. Although an entirely one-sided assault, it seems. The enemy caught us on the hop, sir. Had no choice to dig in and take defensive measures. To be honest, the enemy had kept shelling us for another minute, we'd been toast. Of course, a veteran such as myself is only too aware that on every battlefield you're just a gnat's whisker from death at any moment. Are we still talking about a marital quarrel here? Well, I must say I'm dubious that this testimony will shed any light on the origins of this jackknife. In combat, one's focus narrows such that surroundings are barely noticed. These witnesses may not be able to offer anything more than they have testified already. This may be a dead end. Van Zieks may well be right. Well, whatever the chances, we only have this last cross-examination to uncover the truth, Mr. Naruhodo. This is the last one. They said it themselves. Definitely no more after this, right? Right? Oh, there's more. There's more. I'm gonna fucking strangle you, Judge. Very well, Counsel. Begin your cross-examination. It was skirmish. Can't recall the reason now. It was a letter. No? A letter she thought was from another woman.
Hold it!
The reason is what you told us yesterday, I believe. Oops. Yes, that's right. If I remember correctly, it all started because of a note that was tucked into the pages of a book belonging to Mr. Garrett. A rather passionate note, in fact. Mrs. Garrett found the note, discovering her husband's little secret. She gave him a mighty number of slaps across the face for it, too. What a sordid state of affairs. Hell on earth. Even Van Zieks is like, damn, bro. Oh, you say, when a chap says he can't recall such things, it's a common decency not to drag it all up. And besides, however, it was wide of the mark anyway. A likely story. These waters are very deep. What transpired next after these multiple blows to the face? Ultra combo.
Hold it!
Hold it. Fire also spread to some items of furniture, didn't it? The bookcase, my armchair, anything combined, really. Just so happens that there was some bathwater around that evening, so I sloshed out about to put it out. Most precarious situation you put yourself in. Ours is a 3-story townhouse on the west side of the street where the water main isn't connected yet. To draw water from a public water pump during the day if you need any, you see. Lodgers are always moaning that they can't get any water at night. Although, that little mustached Japanese man buys water in bottles, I believe. The defendant, Mr. Natsume, you mean? Yes, he receives a stipend for his studies, you know, from his home country. Can you imagine being able to brew a pot of tea at all hours? He's obviously very well off. Not quite. Have you actually seen the state of the man? I believe he uses all of his income to buy books. Damn. Guys, help me budget. I don't know where to spend less on. 90% books, 10% bottled water. 0% food. Well, anyway, the point is I was able to douse the fire with the water, fortunately enough. Natsume with this bottle of waters.
Hold it!
Even though the room was on fire. As far as I was concerned at the time, it was more important to extinguish my anger than the flames. When a woman wants to throw, she must throw. That is most certainly not true of a Susato takedown, Mr. Naruhodo. How did she know I was thinking that? So, please cast your mind back and try to remember. Was a knife among the items that you threw at your husband that day? In all honesty, I don't recall, but I feel I must point out that I'm no monster. Let me see. Some bread, cabbage, garlic, towel, and a sponge, and
Jupiter!
By Jupiter! What is this?
Excuse me!
Excuse me. Do you have something to add, sir? Does he say by Jupiter because his face is a moon? Hey, don't shoot! I'm sorry, I beg your pardon. Did your wife's remark just now bring something to mind? Nothing of any significance, no. Just the barrage of projectiles that the old thing launched in my direction. Somewhat more solid than she implies. Books, bricks, and the fire poker, I seem to recall. Oh my god. She tried to kill the man. Tea in the pipe, what the fuck? Good grief, woman. We're not at home now. This is court of law. What did he say? I didn't catch that. Someone's aim is uncanny. Oh, dear me, I'm so sorry, dear. What's she even doing with the teapot in here? Honestly, John, I would never have thrown such things at you, obviously. Well, take a look at this, then. How do you suppose that happened, Your pipe, sir. Had this thing in my hand as usual at the time of the onslaught. Knocked it clean out with one of her soft projectiles she did. Yes. When I went to pick the thing up, it was broken in two. Oh, I'd like to see a sponge do that sort of damage. See, your pipe was broken. Would never have been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid. Anyway, I've managed to bandage the thing up for now. You want to exaggerate, aren't you, dear? I wonder what we should make of this account. Could be important. Could be. Defense believes Mr. Garrodeb's remarks just now to be of great significance. This war veteran's words only tell us one thing. Betray a fiery wife and pipes, as well as hearts may be broken. Sentimental wisdom, perhaps, but hardly worthy of adding to the formal testimony. Indeed, common sense, one might say. Might one? In that case, would you at least permit us to examine the pipe, sir? Well, I don't see why not. Oh, dearie me, there you go again, trying to ingratiate yourself with a young lady. Very well, the court will accept the gentleman's pipe as evidence. I hope I didn't speak out of turn, Mr. Naruto. No, that was very helpful. I was just feeling rather disappointed for you that your request was turned down. Oh no, it's fine. This is Sato-san, we have some new evidence to work with. We should examine it carefully. Aye aye, Naruto. Aye aye. Okay, well, it has a little chip on it. Oh, naughty the heck is in this? Well now. This sure does look like the piece of the knife that was chipped off at the tip, yeah? Small nick out of the bowl here. Look, it appears to have been made relatively recently. See how there are little scrapes and dents all over it? It's clearly a well-loved pipe. Yes, you're right. It seems to me recently that being well-loved goes hand in hand with gaining some battle scars. This particular nick is catching my eye, though, because it's clearly new. Alright, clearly, this is something of note. Oh, something just twinkled inside the chamber of the pipe there. Yes, I saw it. Something stuck in here, I think. Let's turn it over and give it a shake. What's this? It's a tiny fragment of metal. It looks like the tip of a blade or something. Tip of a blade? Surely it couldn't be. Aha. Oh, we just took that out? Sure. Can we unwrap the bandage? It's to be in a sorry state with that bandage around it, doesn't it? For some reason, it feels slightly ominous to me. Like it's trying to shout out a warning. Probably because it's the same blue as Mr. Garrodeb's dressing gown. I suppose it must have considerable sentimental value to Mr. Garrodeb, given that he's gone to the trouble of repairing it like this. Either that or he can't afford to replace it. can examine this. This is the tiny piece of metal we found in the chamber of Mr. Gyarados' pipe. It looks like the tip of a blade or something. Tip of a blade. Something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo? I don't really know. It's just something niggling me, but I can't quite put my finger on what it is. Perhaps in that case, it would be wise to examine some of the other pieces of evidence again. Well, I already know what that piece is a part of, so we're good here. Thank you for that rebuttal, Mr. Gyarados. Now, if we could return to the crux of the matter. What can you tell the court about the knife used to attack the victim?
Hold it!
Sorry, would you care to elaborate? Nothing to say, really. A partial spot of carving, you see. Pipes and whatnot, fishing tackle, you know the sort of thing. That's a passion we both share. I like to carve little wooden trinkets too. And then there's my leatherwork. Sorry to say we're always losing knives about the place. There are dozens of other things. They sell them at the market sometimes. 20 for the price of 19. Needless to say, I snapped them up. John prefers to use 2 knives at meal times too instead of a knife and fork. Holy shit. Dual wielding. No, Joan, we don't want people thinking I'm sort of savage. Ah! Here we go again with the scoldings. Why are they being so evasive? I imagine it's because they don't want to believe it. They can't bear the thought that it might have been one of their knives that injured the victim. Which is entirely understandable, of course, but still. Go on with your testimony, witnesses. Sir. Okay, so this is definitely a statement we need to present our evidence on, right? You have no intention of admitting it was your knife unless we can produce proof. Even though there was no other credible possibility of Mr. Natsume is innocent.
Objection!
You forget, my Nipponiese friend, that it is yet to be established that the accused is not responsible for the attack. As if I could forget. If only there was some way to know who had handled the knife. If only. But I suppose wizards really like that. It's just a dream. We're wizards now. Perhaps you're thinking of fingerprinting, Mr. Naruhodo. What? You mean it's not a dream? That sort of wizardry really exists. Whenever people touch anything, they leave behind a unique pattern from their skin. Or so they say. But I can't see anything. I'm born too early for that. There's no Emma Sky here, sadly. There are only countries in the world where these so-called fingerprints can be used as evidence. Lord Stronghold is currently discussing the matter at the Ministry of Justice. Yes, I believe we are rapidly approaching an era of scientific methods of investigation. Science. But for now, we shall have to find an alternative method of proving our assertion that this knife was found in the victim's back was originally Mr. and Mr. Gyarados' house. If only I could transplant this whole incident several years in the future. Yeah, hand it off to Phoenix Wright, you know? That's the extent of your testimony, is it? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I think we've heard all this before, to be honest. Can't say I'm particularly confident that we'll be able to prove anything new from this testimony. But in this cross-examination, it's absolutely essential that we establish how this knife came to be at the scene of the incident. Yes, I know. I'm sure both of them must be feeling very worried. Worried that it was in fact a knife belonging to one of them that caused the victim's injury. You could find even a tiny shred of evidence to support that theory. Clinch this trial for us. It would explain everything. Yes, it would. It would. We must find the last crucial piece of evidence. We already did that. Now all we have to do is present it. Present.
Objection!
Mr. Gyarados, could I ask you to take a good look at this, please? You can ask, but I can't see a bally thing. You can't? You used to call me Dead-Eye Deb back in the regiment, of course, but that was some time ago now. I'm trying to enjoy a large print book by the fire these days. I struggle to tell a B from a D and a P from a Q, to be honest. Oh, he does, dearie me. It's rather wearing being asked about every other letter and every other word. You must be very dizzy. What is that? A tiny scrap of metal? Yes, almost certainly from the tip of a blade. And what may appear at first to be just a tiny scrap is in fact a crucial piece of evidence. Interesting. And where did the defense come by this evidence? It was lodged in the chamber of Mr. Garrideb's pipe. My pipe, you say? By Jove, I wonder how that got there. And what precisely does this fragment of metal signify, Counsel? Are you suggesting that it is in some way related to the matter of the stabbing on Briar Road? I am. Gotta psych myself out. What? When put together with another piece of evidence already in the court record, I believe this tiny fragment of metal will unravel the whole truth of this case, my lord. Oh my god, the back of his robe is all burnt up too. You can see his panties. You appear rather confident in that extraordinary statement, Counsel. Very well then, present the pertinent evidence to the court. What evidence when paired with this fragment of metal allegedly reveals the truth of this entire case? The jackknife, of course. This is a knife that was found in the victim's back. If you look closely, you will see that there is a small piece at the tip of the blade that is missing. Common issue with the inferior blades sold at unsavory street markets. Criminals who use them negligently leave the tips lodged in the victim's bones. What of this particular knife? No doubt its tip has suffered a similar fate, now languishing somewhere near the spine of the victim. Just gotta put the puzzle pieces together, Van Zieks. You'll see for yourself. The tip of this particular knife's blade is the very fragment of metal we discovered in the chamber of Mr. Garrideb's pipe. Ah! Ah! Dude, what a fucking diva. He's so dramatic. Good grief, Lord Van Zieks. He's like, oh, my heart. No, don't be having a heart attack on us now. I don't believe it. The knife from the crime scene in this fragment of metal. Ah, perfect match. Good golly gosh. Good golly gosh. Holy shit, she's short. Damn, Garrideb. I didn't know you liked them fucking 3 feet tall, alright? Order. Is this some sort of Eastern sorcery? Yes. With my mystical Eastern powers of metalmancy, I can forge any blade. I can repair any blade with my glorious Nipponese steel. That is my special lawyer power. This is no magic, my lord. This is a miracle. A miracle? So Van Zieks has figured it out, has he? Counsel, explain this extraordinary coincidence at once. Yes, my lord. The crucial point we have to ask ourselves here is when did the fragment of metal find its way inside Mr. Garrideb's pipe? Something that was clarified for us in the most recent witness testimony. Had this thing in my hand as usual at the time of the onslaught. Knocked it clean out with one of her soft projectiles, she did. Yes. Would have never been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid. Oh my god. The vibration. Oh, dearie me. During the argument between these two that occurred just as the victim was on the pavement below, Mrs. Garrideb flung this knife at her husband. However, the knife missed Mr. Garrideb, instead striking the pipe in his hand at the time, which caused the tip to break off. Of course. Good lord. Yes, and that is when the tiny tip of the blade found its way inside Mr. Garrett's pipe. The chances of that are millions to one. And yet there's no other credible explanation for how the tip of the blade ended up in your pipe. And then, after losing its tip, the knife ricocheted off the pipe and flew out of the open window. In short, this knife, which fell from the window of the Garrett's house, is the very same knife that struck the victim in the middle of the back on the street below. Oh gosh, oh dear, oh. No!
Objection!
Another sip? What are you objecting to now? I thought you were fully on board with what I was saying. A full-bodied theory, I'll give you that. Complex bouquet of seemingly trivial points plausibly arranged to create an almost passable vintage. Allow me to toast my learned friend's characteristically Nipponese approach to bottling his argument. You and your wine puns. Sorry? But after all, it is just a theory. A courtroom theory. The bottle, I fear, is corked. Because you see... And here he comes with his signature move, the heel slam. This spoils by an insurmountable inconsistency. Insurmountable? What? Well then, Zeeks, explain yourself. What is this inconsistency you claim to have identified? Inconsistency of the simplest nature, my lord. The victim was found with a knife planted in the middle of her back. Yes, in her... Oh my god. That's right, you silly little man. I think you need a divorce, my guy. Oh, Joan, old thing. What are you getting so excited about? Let's consider the basic facts of the case once more. The victim was walking along the pavement before being stabbed in the back and falling to the ground. The knife it struck her had fallen from above. There's no possible way it could have planted itself in the victim's back. Yeah! Okay, this is like the easiest thing to prove, right? She also picked up the book, so she could have easily hunched over to pick up the book. And that's how the knife fell in her back. Quite right, you see, that's exactly right. If the knife had fallen on her from above, it would have struck her on the top of her head. Well, Yeah. I don't know, though. What really did happen? Would appear the defense has made a rather spectacular blunder. The theory has even one consistency it cannot stand. Your theory, my learned friend, is history. Come on, Ryunosuke. It's obvious. We're so close I could see the truth. I was so sure we were on the right track. But now the way has been blocked completely. But just one simple inconsistency. Or in other words, we simply need to eliminate that one inconsistency, and the theory will still stand. Yes, Sasato. Cheer me up. You mustn't worry, Mr. Naruhodo. We're just caught off guard, that's all. And your mind went blank. But if the path you're on is indeed correct, then a way will present itself. The key to this is in the court record, I'm sure. All the information you need is there. It seems you have nothing to say, my Nipponese friend. Well, your silence speaks volumes. A tacit acceptance of your theory is fatally flawed.
Objection!
Objection? You still gotta work on that, man. This inconsistency doesn't mean, well, it means I'm Need to sharpen my mind and dig deeper for the truth. It's a test. Okay. Yes. The knife fell on the victim from above. There's no way that it could have hit her in the middle of her back. Under normal circumstances, that is. What are you implying? Console? Sorry, one sec. Okay. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can explain this inconsistency. That can explain how the knife fell from above could have pierced the victim's back. We already have the answer. Goodness! What a madness! Surely this must be the last time. Counsel, present the evidence of which you speak. It's the last inconsistency, the final piece in the puzzle. If I can successfully make sense of this, the truth will be laid bare at last. Alright. Is this...
Take that!
This, the fourth book found at the scene. This is the final piece of evidence the defense will present. Ooh, hype. That music's on. The burnt book. Is that not Mr. Garadub's book? Yes, and to understand its significance, we have to consider how it came to be at the scene in the first place. This photographic print clearly shows the book in question, and the victim holding it in her hand. But as we all now know, it was the police constable that put the book between her fingers like that. Quite so. Part of this whole sale transplanting the crime scene to the opposite side of the road. That's true, however. As part of his testimony, Constable Beaton made an extremely enlightening statement on that point. But what made you place the book in the victim's hand? Oh, well, sir, that's because that's how I found it. When we first ran over to the scene, the victim was already holding the book. So, when I moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand. In other words, the victim had already picked the book up of her own volition. And clearly, it must have been before she suffered the knife wound. Well, I should say so. After being attacked with a knife, I don't imagine she'd have been doing much of anything. Excuse me. So the question becomes, why did the victim have that book in her hand? By jingo! I think I'm beginning to see what may have happened now. Jail for you, Joan. Oh, dearie me. We know the book fell from the top floor of the Garadub household onto the pavement below. Precisely the moment that the victim was walking past. Yes, at exactly that moment. The young woman was walking along the street in the light fog, when all of a sudden, the book fell right in front of her. The book I threw? Yes, Mrs. Garadub. And what do you think the woman did? What would you do if you were walking along and suddenly a book landed in front of you on the pavement? Well, I really can't imagine it, but I suppose she might have reached down and picked the book up. Yes, that is exactly what the woman in fact did. She picked up the book. Oh heavens. When the woman reached down to pick the fallen book up, what position would her back have been in? That's right, facing the sky, completely and utterly defenseless. Yeah, stabbed by back shots. Then in the very next moment, while the woman was still bent over picking up the book. Ow. The next object fell from the room above, a jackknife, straight into the middle of her back. And at that same time, walking by chance directly behind Miss Green, was the defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume. Well, I never. It appeared to Mr. Natsume that the woman simply collapsed on the floor in the dark and the fog. He didn't see the knife falling on her from above. Ah! And from the other direction, Constable and his wife saw no one but the victim and an apparent attacker. So there never was a real culprit to run from the scene in the first place. No, this was nothing more than a series of unlikely events that culminated in an unfortunate accident. And that is the real truth behind this case. Actually, would Joan go to jail for this? Well, Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb? The very first time you showed me that knife, I had my suspicions. I wonder if perhaps it might have been something like that. There, old bean. Old bean? Poor Mrs. Garrideb. Of course, I never meant for anything of the sort to happen, but it was all my fault, wasn't it? Yes, it was. I take full responsibility. I let my anger get the better of me. I threw that book, and I threw the knife as well. John, dear. It's all right. I know. I'm ever so sorry. Truly. I'm sorry. Oh. Dej. Oh. The princess catch. Oh, it might be a little hard. Oh my god. He's fighting for his damn life here. Oh, it's a very dense wife. Lord Van Zix, what news of Mrs. Garrideb? She's been taken to the infirmary. It would appear that today's events had left her in an especially flustered state. However, I believe she will recover in due course. There is no cause for concern. Yes, unbeknownst to themselves, they caused what could easily have been a terrible tragedy. They shall have to prepare themselves for the consequences of their actions. There is some good news, however, my lord. I've just had word from the hospital where the victim is being treated. Her condition is improving steadily. The doctor believes she will regain consciousness soon. It's strange. We've been talking about the victim all this time, but we've never once met her. How wonderful! The woman is out of danger, it seems. Yes, that is good news. So, Mr. Soseki Natsume? Dude, chill. You're innocent. Yes. On behalf of my fellow countrymen, I would like to take this opportunity to beg your pardon, sir. You came from your distant eastern homeland to study our great British culture. And have been repaid with immeasurable unkindness. Please accept our heartfelt apologies. No, it is me who should be begging your pardon. Oh no, Mr. Natsume. That evening, when the young woman just collapsed on the pavement before my eyes, I jumped to the wrong conclusion again in my confusion. Conclusion, sir? I was sure that the woman was dead. Yes, Constable Beat said the same thing, didn't he? He thought she'd been killed too. I suppose she must have looked completely lifeless. It's been about a year since I arrived in Great Britain now, but I still can't get used to life here. I can't relax. I'm sure there are evil spirits lurking in the bog. Like, they're haunting me. Poor Soseki-san. His imagination really got the better of him. Yes, poor man. So, when it happened, I thought the young woman had been taken by the fog spirits. I should never drop my books like that and run away. I should have called for help, for a doctor, for the police. Instead, I managed to create a rift in the relationship of trust between our two empires. For that, I'm truly sorry. Damn, awkward silence. Wait, John is taking Joan's place in the jury. One could indeed say that some sort of mischievous spirit has been at work here, I think. One that created a chain of unfortunate mishaps. You were befooled by the spirit and led to false conclusions. Thanks to Lord Van Zeeks and our young lawyer here from the east, the chain has now been broken, the spirit exorcised. I heartily commend you both. Oh. Now then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Yes, my lord? Including this trial, I must ask one last time for your decisions regarding the defendant's culpability. Are you ready to present your findings to the court? As the foreman of the jury, I can assure you we've reached a fair and just conclusion. I do declare that the truth can be extremely cruel at times. Well, I didn't suspect the woman next to me, that's for sure. Sitting in for the old bean while she says action, you know, but I know what her decision would be. And does that mean I'll finally be able to get out of here and start work? Well, it's about time. I say, I have a cork of a story to tell the grandchildren when I get home, won't I? Very well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hereby demand your final decisions. Mr. Foreman?
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Yeah. Are you sure the judge is safe back there? All these fiery explosions going off? Maybe that's how he lost his hair. Woohoo! Not guilty. Yeah. Confetti. And fireworks. What's next? Finally, Mr. Natsume. In the next game, they're going to pop champagne in court, I swear. Yes, Lord, sir. You are now a free man once more. It is my hope that you will continue to further your education in British culture. And may you never again be brought before me. Yes, sir, of course. On my life. I swear I'll never set foot in a courtroom again. I'm transported to tears. Thank you, counsels. Court is adjourned. Another successful operation. 20th February. 3:17 p.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Oh, locum. Wait, you mean me? Of course. Is there another locum here? Is there even one? Compared to the original locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, your name has become rather short, hasn't it? What's wrong with using my actual name? Oh, at last, I'm free, I'm free! Joyful, joyous, jubilation! Pity, fuzzy, happiness, hurrah! Oh, I'm pleased. Mr. Natsume is delighted. Would it be so hard to just say that then? Locum, you did it! You saved me from the brink. Well, what happened to the poor woman who was in no way... Well, what happened to the poor woman who was in no way your fault, after all? Just glad everyone can see that now. No, not that. Lovely, loyal, locum, lawyer. Yes? I mean, as I said before, I've just never got used to life here in Great Britain. Every time I look over my shoulder, I see foreigners. I see towering brick buildings. From high up windows, I see them looking down on me, laughing. Look at that little hunchback. Oh dear, I'm sure it's all in your head, Mr. Natsume. But today, you, locum lawyer, get my gloom to the boot. You stood firm behind that baronial bench before all those babbling British. You battled to the bitter end, laying bare the baffling truth. When I beheld the blinding fireworks among the beams of the Bailey's roof, I bellowed. This guy's a literature scholar for sure. Oh, the best barrister ever born. Well, that's very flattering. We're very pleased for you. Oh, an anecdote. Is that what's become of all my hard work? A wonderful anecdote to recount my old friends in Japan. Yeah. Oh, there you are, my dear fellows. Oh my God. He's back. I was starting to miss you. Starting to. I didn't miss you. Just, not that I wanted to see you or anything, you know. Why are you here? I apologize for keeping you waiting. I rose late this morning. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, what a pleasure to see you. I see I'm here not a moment too soon. Disasters have been averted, I'm glad to say. Oh. The trial shall begin presently, Mr. Naruhodo, and I wish you the very best of luck. What? It's just finished. What? No! That was my haste in vain. It's you! Locke Sholmes. Oh, have we met, sir? This is Mr. Natsume, the man you had arrested, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, I see. I failed to recognize you at first. Our previous encounters have taken place in the gloom. Either of your bleak lodgings or that prison cell. I simply couldn't place that curious face in the light. Charming. It's all your fault, Herlock Sholmes. You're the reason I had to go through this terrible ordeal. I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. My apologies, sir, but I assure you, I've placed you now. You're the fellow who abandoned that poor young lady and ran off, are you not? Had she been taken to the hospital more urgently? I fear perhaps she would have regained consciousness by now. Oh. But it was unavoidable, I'm sure. We are but human, after all. Anyone would have been shaken by such an experience. He's really holding that pose. I do feel very badly about how I behaved. Well, never mind. Now then, what was it that you wanted to say to me, sir? Nothing. Priceless. Oh, I'm sorry, really, but that was quite priceless. Poor Soseki-san, this fucking bastard, man. Still, on the bright side, you've had an extremely entertaining experience without paying a penny. And it would seem you were not even found guilty. But there is no bright side. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Natsume? Even after this, I'm still cursed by the spirits and now by the Reaper. What Vince seeks. I've forgotten, you know, what facing that man in court means. Even if you're found not guilty, you're still doomed. It'll be alright, Mr. Natsume. The Reaper appears trying to make trouble. I'll protect you. Hey, yeah! Wait, why me? With a perfectly executed Sato takedown. Much as I like being turned on my head, a bit of warning might be nice next time, Mr. Sato. So, Mr. Natsume, what do you intend to do now? You mentioned something about recounting your experiences to your friends back in Japan. Yes, I intend to return to my homeland soon. Oh. It's already been a year since I arrived here in Great Britain. I've visited universities, libraries, bookshops. I've been honored with the tutelage of professors. Learned so much about the wealth of literature here, the city it's shaped. Come to realize that it is my calling to stay home and tell my fellow countrymen about it. That's very touching, Mr. Natsume. Or, in perhaps less veiled terms, You wish to withdraw halfway around the world to escape the terror of the Reaper's curse. That's not it at all. The more I learn of literature, the more this strange feeling claws at my insides. I feel compelled to return to my roots and attempt to pen a work of my own. Oh, I see. A work of literature by Soseki-san. Could be an interesting read. What about Mrs. Sato and yourself, Mrs. Naruhodo? Sorry, what about us? Will you return to Japan alongside your moustached compatriot? Why would we? A week has not yet passed since we arrived in London. And only now does it feel as though we've finally found our feet. And you are accommodated in a hotel at present, are you not? That's right, but we need to find lodgings before it bankrupts us. You say we can only afford another 10 nights before our entire budget is exhausted. Well then, you take my lodgings. Oh, the windowless room? Ah, but it lacks in windows. It more than makes up with a floor, ceiling, and walls. Wow. Great. Of course, I'd be happy to leave behind the cursed evil spirit. Oh my, an evil spirit? Oh yes. Tries to suffocate you while you sleep. It's an infallible wake-up call. Really? Well, think about it, if that's alright. Perhaps I can offer a more welcome alternative. Would you consider taking lodgings with me? You kidding me? Really? Well, a vacancy has conveniently presented itself, though it is up in the attic, I might add. Are you sure it isn't just a storage loft? I spoke with the landlady this very morning on the matter of price, and Iris is cleaning up the room as we speak. You must come at once. I presume you have no luggage to speak of. Oh, this is simply wonderful. An honor to be invited to take lodgings in the great detective's office's attic. I'm too overcome for words. Wow. I guess like a super fan would take any chance they get to sleep in the attic of their idol. So suggesting we look elsewhere is out then. Attic it is, and it's settled. I was provided and prepare a welcome dinner this evening. And you must come too, Mr. Natsume. I insist. Iris can cook too. I don't know what to say, but thank you. Yes. Wonderful. Then I'll go and complete the paperwork for your formal release, Mr. Natsume. It shan't take long. Somebody's happy. Logan, I knew that you wouldn't let me down. I'm truly delighted to have met you here in London. Likewise, Mr. Natsume. It's been a privilege meeting you too. It's a shame that we're gonna have to say goodbye so soon. Well, I've come to realize that I belong in Japan. But Logan, we'll meet again one day. Yes, I'm sure. Is he gonna come back in the second game? Hopefully by then, I'll be a successful lawyer. Hopefully by then, I'll be a successful author. Deja vu. Well, my dear fellow, our carriage appears to have arrived. Shall we go, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, Mr. Sholmes. I have little doubt Mr. Natsume will be released in time for dinner this evening. And so, with Soseki-san's innocence successfully established, we rode with Mr. Sholmes to what was to become our new home, 221B Baker Street. That's crazy. I never would have guessed that we'd actually stay there. Huh, it's pretty roomy up here, actually. For an attic. This might as well be a whole new flat. So this is to be our new office, yes. Our office? I rather like the sound of that. Me too. It's simply wonderful, isn't it? I hope you can see this, Kazuma. Kazuma! I miss him. It's only a small step. but I like to think we're getting a little closer to your dream now. So, my dear fellows, do you like the place? Whoa. I have not seen you outside of your detective clothes before. Huh. I will say, you do look better like this. Ah, Mr. Sholmes. Yes, thank you so much. It's a delightful room, Mr. Sholmes. I simply adore it. Good, I'm pleased to hear it. Iris and I are delighted to welcome you. I hope everyone's hungry. It's nearly time for dinner. We eat as soon as Mr. Anatomy arrives. We have a lot to celebrate. Iris, you must let me help you. All right then, Susie. You can be in charge of the salad. Splendid. This child can cook? So, Mr. Naruhodo, how does it feel to have your own office in the capital? It's very exciting, actually. Can't help wondering what adventures await us. Those were precisely my sentiments when I first established my office at these premises. Till I discovered the dark truth about the city of London, that is. The dark truth? Sorry? London is a glorious place full of wonder, opportunity, prosperity, and mirth. But the brightest of lights. Something darkest of shadows? Yep. Shadows? What do you mean? I believe you're well aware of the murkiness that lies behind London's facade already. So once again, Mr. Naruhodo. Welcome to London. Can't believe I'm neighbors with Sherlock Holmes. Of course, at the time, I had no idea of the significance of the words Mr. Sholmes so casually spoke, but it wasn't long before my turn came. To lift the facade and see the true depth of the murk that lay behind it. Ooh. This place, it's rotten to the core. End. We did it. Only one more episode left. Can you believe it? It's time for the adventure of the unspeakable story. The Hound of the Baskervilles. A hound it was. But not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Oof. Very ominous. Well, here we go. Hope you're ready. Still never found out what a kokoro was.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited breathlessly in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen.
Oh shit, Guardian Ebony Odegaran?
Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of
Give me a
its
hammer in
oversized
5
body
minutes.
was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. Look well, Wilson, Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. For this is the diabolical hound of the Baskervilles.
Good doggy. Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. Oh, a bit of a time skip. That disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on the day we arrived in the country, and in Soseki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court, which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. We're broke. We can't get money. Oh. Get him out of here. That is. Until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. We hate bots here. I'm not buying viewers. Not even if I stream to nobody. Naruhodo's legal consultancy. Very straight to the point name. Oh, look at this place. It's quite nice. It's got a little like Dharma there. A nice little tablecloth. I was woken up by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Sato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Sato-san? Yes! It's time to leave for court already? Let me see. What case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? No, of course not. How silly of me. I think Iris said she'd make us breakfast this morning. So shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite? Yes! Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. She does, doesn't she? Once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting fit form. Well, why are we going to court? Let me see. What case is it today? Here we go again. Let's take a little look around here. Spring at last, and the weather is warmer now. I love the smell of fire and the steam rising from the kettle. Oh, would you like some tea, Naruhodo-san? Thank you, Sasato-san, but I'm alright for now. The green tea Sasato makes me from time to time in Iris's unique herbal infusions. This place is paradise for a true tea lover. Green tea is such a wonderful accompaniment to British tea cakes, don't you think? Ah, the Dharma doll I brought with me from home. Still with only one eye colored in. I had to color the other eye once I won my first court case here in Britain, but you have won, haven't you? Twice, in fact. Because I feel as though I'm still lacking as a lawyer. I'll tell you what. Why don't you color the other eye in once you think I'm a proper, fully fledged lawyer? If you insist. I've only been here in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look a little messy already. You could tidy up once in a while. Sato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. And time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause. Time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on some simple housework. She wins, but I'm supposed to be the lawyer here. Shovel? Spade has been here since we started renting the place. Oh, that's not a spade, Naruhodo-san. It's a shovel. Is this her version of the stepladder bit? No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade. No, spades are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel. I don't want to dig a hole for myself, so let's leave it. It's cute they gave her her own version of the stepladder bit. the tea set this Asada-san brought with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter. Tea is a drink to be enjoyed, Naruhodo-san. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know? I don't like to see you screw up your face, so. She's so cute. Oh, this must be the telegram. Let's see. No, you mustn't look at that. Not under any circumstances. What? All right, I won't. I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, but you can be very mischievous at times. Put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it. What's this? Do you know I've never seen inside your room there, Sasada-san? Never even peeped inside. I should think so, too. A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know? Whatever you say, young maiden. Oh, we have a little fishy tank here? We're rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. Prawns we put in there are doing rather well, and the anemones too. It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? A sea behind glass inside your room. Another example of Great Britain's greatness. Having to clean it out and change the water isn't so great though, is it? Yeah, that invention will come later. So where's my room, huh? I don't have one. I sleep out here. Yeah. Alright, that seems to be it. Let us converse. So, what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean. Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about. Come on. Come on, what could it be? Sorry, but you're not gonna get away with that. Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing. Nothing's interesting. Boring, in fact. It was just a boring old telegram. That's 3 times now she's tried and failed to convince me it was nothing. I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point. Some point? Alright, understand. It must not be urgent, but it must be important. I suppose Soseki-san will have a ride back in Japan by now, won't he? Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already, or be just a few days away. A fortnight ago. Fortnight mentioned? Were we dropping? We had that very long telegram from him, do you remember? Complaining of seasickness. But by and large, it seems the voyage had been going well. I don't know how telegrams got sent. How would he send a telegram from the middle of the sea? Is there something wrong with Naruhodo-san? I was just wondering, what might have come to Soseki-san had he stayed in London, that's all. You mean, as regards Lord Van Zeeks, the Reaper? Yes, I cannot wondering if seasickness would have paled into significance in that case. Yeah, we still don't know what he does. What is it they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? The way that nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. In 2 months on, the case of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. Yes, but at least Soseki-san is safely out of the country now, presumably that means. The curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps. Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding. The legend of the Reaper is to be believed. It would mean he wields the sword of justice himself. Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently, Lord Van Zeeks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. Oh? Yes, in Soseki's son's trial. He's withdrawn from judicial service again, it seems. Really? Holy shit, he's going after him. He's going after the fucking guy. Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. So, it's just been me who's had to... Oh, so it's just been me who had to face him in this recent spate of trials, and... Ugh, just my luck. I wonder if Lux doesn't come into it. Sorry, what was that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. He wants me, and nobody else. Breakfast time. Morning, Runo. What is that? Is that Sholmes playing? Oh my god. Incredible. Morning, Susie. Best song in the OST? Without question? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this sure does bring back memories. Elementary school orchestra. Good morning, Iris. Iris? What is it, Runo? What is that terrible noise? Sounds like a cat being strangled. Oh, he's playing his own theme. Ah, yes, you noticed that, did you? Heather isn't the best form this morning, it seems. Hello. The fucking sound bit. Sounds beautiful. He really does. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Good morning. Dude, the sound effect is killing me. The fucking face on this guy. Good morning to die, perhaps. Something happened, Mr. Sholmes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before. My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead. Damn this blanched existence. That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, Harris, is it a time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me. It's not too much trouble. Kitty? Kitty! Hello? Oh, look, it's Wakahai. You're so cute. Hello. Good morning, boy. You're a boy? Oh, look at you in your little bow tie. That must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. How did it get there? What? Since when did we have a cat? They did not explain this. I'm out of the loop. Well then, everyone, time for breakfast. Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris. Ugh. It would indeed be a fine day to die. What is going on with this guy? I knew something looked different. Something missing from Mr. Sholmes' desk. Oh, but what? Hey, buddy. You, doing alright there? You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What happened? It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Its melissonic tones would make the flowers bloom. It would. But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? For hours I bowed, for days even, though the night have endeavored. To no avail. The sound of my tone is lost. The brilliant, clear, unwavering tone. Gone forever. No more recitals or unbridled emotion.
Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley?
Don't worry, I'm sure it will come back to you in time. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. Goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man, the next they unmercifully withdraw it. Oh, dear. Why is this happening to me? They take the turn, and I have for the violin from me. What is left, pity's sake? What is left? Deduction, perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? The missing machine. Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but your desk looks rather empty today. Ah, well done, Mrs. Sato. The observational skills do you credit. No, Mr. Sholmes, they pale into significance when compared to yours. Struggle not to notice, wouldn't you?
You mean Hurley's great in analytoscope? Well, that's a Windibanks now.
Sorry? Is that Windy Bank?
No, Windibanks, the pawnbrokery.
Pawn? What? You sold it? You mean you pawned the enormous machine of yours? Some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly. But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I would have gladly passed what little income I have to you. Dear madam, things are far from desperate. But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate? Making use of pawnbrokery is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you. It is? Doesn't sound ordinary at all. It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works. Oh, what's to understand exactly? How pawnbroking works, I can't even say I'm fully aware myself. All I know about it is that I've seen Pawn Stars. And the guy's like, oh, let me call a guy. Let me call an expert. What did you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works? To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks. Banks? On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week.
And on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they've earned.
I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Huh, interesting.
Everyone does it, you see, especially people in London.
Should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not aware, obviously, but a pawn should the need arise.
Oh, how ingenious. So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at Windibanks, you see?
This system is perfect. I'm sure this will last until present day. Spoiler alert, didn't. I wonder why. Like, why exactly it doesn't work. Because, like, obviously people don't do that nowadays, but I wonder why it died off. Pawnbroker can be thought of as an extremely secure vault. You would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain.
Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley?
What does it matter? The world is dead to me now. Oh, done talking to you, Mr. Gloom and Doom. Alright, Iris, what do you have to say? Wagahai. Cat. Mr. Natsume's cat. Oh, it's his cat. Seems to have settled into his new home then.
Oh yes, I've become very attached to little Waggy.
It would appear his previous owner has completely forgotten to him. Cats aren't feeling creatures. The muser is empty as the hearts of the musers. Oh, he's so cute.
Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan. I wonder why he kept it in the first place.
I expect he would have had to take him. He would have taken him if he could. Pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience. Good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Like your best friend dying.
Oh, well, I don't mind because Waggy is adorable.
Yes, he really is. Oh yes, what about the door? I remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from?
Oh, you notice? You're observant, Bruno. Look, I use this. It's my latest invention.
The automatic cat door installer? What is that?
I call it the Cat Flapomat.
Gosh, a machine for making doors just with cats.
That's right, we can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. You can do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see. Wouldn't
Wouldn't it have been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap?
Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like.
I feel like if you pointed at someone, to kill them, right? Because the thing would have to like be able to cut a square hole into anything. That's some power there.
You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris.
She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. Oh. Meow.
What was that?
Wagahai? Uh-oh. What was that?
No! My guy's tangled up in your violin.
I think he thinks it's a toy. No. What's he doing to it? Oh no.
Oh dear, Mr. Sholmes' precious violin.
Why should I care? What? I shouldn't be surprised. The cat is a more accomplished musician than I am now. Mr. Sholmes really isn't a poor spirit, isn't he?
Anyway, I'll put it back to where it lives, shall I, Hurley?
If the cat's reach if possible, maybe we should assess the damage. Alright, folks. Do I end it here? Oh. There's a lot to observe. Let's see, how long have we been streaming for? I think it's a decent time to end. Yeah. Actually, we'll just take a look. This room is so big. I do not know where to begin. You know, I'm just like, man, if I go through this entirety, this room, it's gonna take another hour, I swear. But you know, we'll do a little bit. What's this? Just give me a sec to grab a tissue. Alright. Mr. Sholmes' desk. It's completely clear. Isn't that enormous machine usually on it? I can never hope to understand what goes on in the great detective's mind, Mr. Naruhodo. Why, next time we're invited, we may find he's vacated the entire suite. That's scarily plausible, actually. Skull? No? What's this? There's all sorts on these shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high, I can't help feeling that the whole lot is going to topple at any moment. And with such charmingly untidy collection of paraphernalia, isn't it? You scold me for being untidy. It just looks messy to me, like my desk. But you, Mr. Naruhodo, must learn to tidy up after yourself. No favoritism there, then. What's this? VR? Oh yes, the letters V and R inscribed on the wall, in bullet holes. Isn't it the initials of the Queen or something? It's so delightful to see it in the flesh, having read about it in the stories. It was so inspiring. I fired 100 arrows into my own wall at home to make the character of Sue for Susato, you know? Super? But perhaps there are some things the great detective does that you don't need to copy. Sugoi. I'm sure that's what the original Japanese text said. So this is the violin, is it? It's all fucked up. It's a Stradivarius. Oh no. Oh no. One of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier, Antonio Stradivari. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me. I happened upon it, covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. How honorable of you. Until today, it had been my faithful companion every great Paganini-inspired performance I've made. I ask you, is there a reason to live in a world devoid of music? To tolerate this blanched existence? No. There is none. He is not doing okay. Mr. Sholmes? What, dear madam? What? My thoughts are preoccupied with the fancies of release from this dull routine. Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think? Hmm? What do you mean, Mrs. Sato? Oh, Susie's right. Yes, the tone of the wood is completely different. And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before. Wait, it's not even the right size, is it? What's this? Mr. Observant can't even observe his own violin? Is this the hook for our case? I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all. It's a viola. And what? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola. What? Oh my god. The man just took 10 points of psychic damage. You're right. You're quite right. This isn't my faithful Stradivarius. So what, pray? This is a piece of stringed flotsam. Not your faithful performing partner, then. So that's his excuse now. At least he has a valid excuse. You know, he was playing the entirely wrong instrument. It was in terrible condition. Ah, I see what must have happened. You do, Iris? This is just a simple mix-up. Sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her. A little bubbling. Alright, let's see Iris's side of the room first. Look at all this. It's like a little dollhouse in here. With your little your formulas on the blackboard. Let's see. What does it say today? Ah, the Boscombe Valley Mystery. Wow, intriguing. Must be the title of Iris's latest work. Oh my, I wonder what fantastic tale awaits us. Sato-san looks like an angel, but I bet she's dreaming of the most unsavory crime you can imagine. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Iris doing much writing recently. There's paper already set up in the typewriter. Look, so she's about to start. It reminds me, when I mentioned that Iris was in the process of writing a full-fledged novel, Mr. Natsume was most impressed. Oh yes, Mr. Natsume. That's what we're doing too once I'm back in Japan, he said, through tightly clenched fists and teeth. Iris's beautiful tea set is here on the table as usual. A cup of one of her special herbal blends always helps me relax when I'm feeling the strain. The English pastime of tea has many similarities with our own tea ceremony customs, don't you think? It's the idea of hospitality behind it. It's the essence of tea. It's a charming little white shelf full of charming little bottles too, full of poison. The contents of them aren't quite so charming, it seems. Science is the future, Mr. Naruto. You can't deny it. I'm saving my money so I can buy some chemistry apparatus as well. Law, chemistry, takedown throws. What diverse skills you boast, Mrs. Sato. As useful as they are, I'm not sure that my throwing skills are worthy of inclusion in that list. Oh no, they are very, very useful. Ultimate self-defense. All mementos of Shoal's past cases, I think. You've been involved in my case. I wonder if the beefsteak from La Carnival would be on display here. A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, some mysterious dancing men, bust of Napoleon. Are these gotta be all references to actual Sherlock Holmes stories, right? What an entrancing collection. It's like an untidy assortment of junk to me rather than what's on my own shelves. Well, you really ought to learn to keep your things in order, Mr. Naruto. No favoritism there at all. It's on the fireplace. Bring comfortably in the grate again. It's a very different feeling to a Japanese hibachi somehow. Oh, look at that photographic print of a lady displayed on the mantelpiece. Could it be? Yes, it must be. It's the woman. The woman? That's supposed to mean something to me? The woman? I got an achievement. The woman. Who the fuck? Alright, well, you're not the woman, that's for sure. You are a little baby. What do you mean by a mix-up, Iris?
Well, you see, this violin. Sorry, this viola, I mean. Was the Vindibanks until last week.
Ah, the pawnbrokers. Oh, Mr. Sholmes' beloved musical partner? Oh, no. I mean, someone else might have picked it up. This proverb from the East, which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel. So you send your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth? Oh, what a wonderful idea. It's like sending your Pokemon to the fucking daycare. Last week I pulled my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument. A bit Mr. Winterbank mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. My ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber. No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings. Pshaw, fine state of affairs this is. That's what I always say. Never trust a pawnbroker. They'll try to fiddle you every last dime. Earlier you told us that you could think of a pawnbroker as an extremely secure vault. Come, Mr. Naruhodo, dilly-dallying will get you nowhere. Sorry? Crunching your toast with that vacant aspect. Pressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency which we are faced? We must visit Mr. Vindibank's brokery at once, isn't that right, Mr. Sholmes? Precisely, Mr. Sato, without a moment's delay. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an extremely vacant aspect, to press your egg over more obtusely? All right, no more. Let's go then. All right, I guess we're going.
Don't worry, Runa. I'll be happy to heat it up for you again later.
Oh, thank you, Iris. As it happens, I'm rather curious to see what a British pawnbrokers looks like. Alright, and we will go to the pawnbrokers in the next one. I'm ending it here for sure. Thank you all for watching. Yeah. Look forward to finding this fucker's lost violin, I guess. It's Stradivarius. My god. I wonder how expensive they were back then. Alright, where am I saving? Here. Go get some sleep, girl? I will. Thank you. Alright, well, thank you all for watching. Hope the rest of you watching can get some good sleep too. If you enjoyed tonight's stream as much as I did. I did save, right? Now I'm getting paranoid. Yes, I did. Okay. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Have a great rest of your night. Stay safe and be well.